Hello everyone, GoldenHawk here, Arc Priestess from the House of Life and creator of Ancient Powers. I know that it had been a long time before I was not able to do lives, so I'm going to be doing them probably about 5:30 and around 7 like every other day, trying to catch y'all. And a few on the weekends, maybe during the day. Let my Semitawi grads know I'm going to be coming on in there on a regular basis too, because I've got this set up and it's ready to roll. And today I'm talking about manifestation and time. I have had my manifestation process set up for a really long time, and it does great. I really manifest what I need. I manifest what I want, and I manifest it in its own good time. It took me 9 years to learn what was called Indian time when I was training with the Native Americans. I was slow. That had to be the most difficult thing I ever learned in my life. And this year I was just re-challenged with a Panda Planner, and basically to fall back in line inside a timing piece that was trying to fit incorrect pieces in with incorrect time. And I'm back on Indian time again. I'm manifesting like crazy. And I have brought some really great new people into my life, here and physically at home. I've brought people into Ancient Powers. It's been really good. It's been a great fit. And it's been what I needed and what was needed for basically, a friend of mine said, I hate people with secret agendas. I said, oh my God, I better tell you my agenda then, so it's not a secret. My agenda is to change everyone on the planet's perspective of God. He said, well, what do you want to change it to? I said, I don't care what it changes to. I just want everybody to change so that we know everything's alive and that divinity runs through us. And from there, that's how it rolls. And hello, Queenie, Cat, Sandy. I know, the Panda Planner was terrible. It was terrible. We have to have a real living flow into our manifestation process. And especially once we start really monitoring what we're working on and manifesting, and understanding how our own perspective brings that in. I mean, when I get into the Semitawi here shortly, I'm going to tell you, and I can't tell you enough times, you're creating your own reality. Surprise, but not from your beta or your gamma mind. It's coming from your subconscious. So when I tell you you've created this in your own reality, it could have came from ancestors way back in time. It could have started when you were 3 days old. So time is not minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, week to week, year to year. It's not linear. And scientists now have figured out that we are actually fully in holographic time, which means our different perspectives on history and our different beliefs are pulling new stuff, new information, new things into our reality. Understanding this, you can pull from your own past or from past lives if you know much about them, or you can open them up and pull from them past lives, alternative realities. You can pull a whole lot of information, a whole lot of strength, and you can really start realigning your life. But you've got to become aligned through self-monitoring. You sit in a situation with a group of people and you go along with them and you're not listening to that little voice in there. And it's hopefully your voice at this time. You're dialed into that. And it's going, I'm uncomfortable with this. Well, don't rock the boat. Don't say anything. You know what? Get up and walk away. Or speak your truth. Don't allow yourself to continue on in an alignment, in manifestation, in time that you don't want to be in. Because the manifestations will become more intense. They will grow up around you, and they can change you from the outside in. Yesterday I spoke about that, about digging in, finding the seed of who and what we are, what we know we need to be. And whether the voice is giving us words or pictures or feelings, however we know what we know, that knowingness in there, it speaks to us. And we need to listen. And sometimes we'll have other voices attached to it, and we need to listen to that too. Because that helps tell us where it is coming from in our programming so that we can deal with real issues that bring us inside with that. I had recently, this year, manifested something into my reality that I'm sitting here going, okay, why have I done this? This is huge. It was a great big learning curve. And I'll speak about that this weekend. It's going to be a little bit longer because I need to get something that holds my iPad up. Anybody know what works for that? I got an iPad mini. Anyway, and I'm not technologically inclined. So, back to it. I'm going to be speaking about it because we had major challenges this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to get tougher. It's going to get deeper. We have Pluto moving in Capricorn. We're rolling into the real Aquarian pieces. And this Capricorn stuff... oh, thank you, Queenie. I just need to know what to order. Anyway, we're rolling in to Aquarius, and we're going to connect what we've built inside us after we've blown it up with Pluto. Pluto is blowing up the stuff that isn't ours. It is. I love you too, Mary Lee. Anyway, Pluto's really blowing stuff up. Saturn is ready to move right through it, and the next Saturn alignment we have, we're going to have Saturn, secondary Saturn returns, and first Saturn returns coming in Aquarius. These people are going to be structured. They're going to structure, restructure, understand structure and resonance from Saturn to really put the foundations in the world that they're getting through this dissonance and resonance in Capricorn. These are big movements. Big. 2020 is going to be huge. 2020, we need to be lined up with that manifestation. We need to fall into step, into the heartbeat, into the mind rhythm, the heart-mind rhythm of our desires, of what we want, not what we've been told we can and can't have, but what we want. Health, big issues always. This is a country that says you need prescriptions because you're sick. You're not only sick now, but you're going to be sick again because we're going to give you something that's going to make you sick 7 ways from Sundays, and we're going to keep you on these prescriptions. Do you need to manifest this? You know that's what's going to happen. No, you don't need to manifest this. You don't have to do it that way. There are other ways. Is that what you want in time? I have a friend out there who looks 5 years into the future, projects it, everything 5 years into the future at a certain point, and builds for the projection when it dials in correctly. So I'm talking 2020, where do you want to be? February of 2020. That's a big old 4 for the numerology people. Where do you want to be when those 4 elements come down and start the stabilization process? What do you want to be manifesting? Cars? Houses? Big flows and pots of money? Or do you have a little bit more going than that? Because abundance is great. Money is good. What about good health? What about good relationships? Loving yourself. Loving the relationships you're in. Feeling like you can state your truth and be safe in your truth. I have been stating my truth since I started talking. I found Egypt in the Children's Bible in the Old Testament, and I knew myself in Egypt. And Kemet, I knew it way previous to what I was reading. And I knew I was there. And from the time I was little tiny, I knew I had lived before. I know I will live again. I know I will never be this me again, but the energy will transform. And I will move from this life into the next life. Past, in our timeline, could be. Future, in our timeline, or maybe a different one. Maybe a different one. I think by 2020, I want something different than a spouse and a good dentist. My relationship with me comes first. And my overall relationships come next. And, I don't know about spouses. If you have one, it might be real important to find out what you're manifesting for your relationships as you go further, and your relationship with your children and what you're teaching them, and what that looks like in time. Very seriously. Huge movements. And by the way, this Pluto piece, because of when the United States was created, I know we have our Independence Day on July 4th, but everything was actually signed and ratified on July 8th. And Pluto is directly opposing that movement, the movement of our first foundation. It's blowing our country up. How's that for manifestation? Our leaders are created by us. Or not. Because maybe those who really are creators aren't doing what they need to do from the inside of them. The way it always has been is not the way it will be going forward. We are making changes. We will make changes even in governance, in government. I know this. Look inside yourself and you'll find out what you know. Look at what you want to manifest. And look at why. How close are you in what areas, and how far are you in what areas? This isn't a win or lose, and it's not a competition, but it's a timepiece. Resonance and dissonance. We come into resonance in timing. And own your dissonance. I was involved in a group that called dissonance wobbling, like you were 4. Weebles wobble. Maybe they should fall down. Sometimes, when you're inside that dissonance, you need to own it and find a way to move what is causing the dissonance into resonance. Oh, yeah. Our shadow piece is something we really need to own and be part. It needs to be part of us. It needs to be part of us. The shadow usually is not hidden from those around us. I'm really good about owning my darkness, and I kind of love my darkness. I kind of revel in it and really resonate with my darkness. But for me, it's always been moving into a womb-like space and just kind of melting in. And that is a great place to find your resonance, Tracy. It's a great place. Absolutely spot on, girlfriend. And you need to get in on the Samatawi group page and chit chat, girl, Tracy. I am gonna be back again tomorrow, and I've got several different pieces that I want to talk about. It's been, like I said, difficult. Good. It's been difficult not being able to communicate except through PMs and emails, etc. It's made things kind of splattered out, and I feel much better being back in contact again. And I'm going to key in to these next pieces. Don't let these holidays stress you out. I might be talking about your shielding here pretty soon. Really important. Remember, a lot of people tell you what you're seeing from the outside, from the outside with others, is a reflection of you. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope you know yourself. And you'll understand and know when they're projecting themselves onto you. That's another timing piece with manifestation. You have manifested this around you in this lifetime. And a lot of those people I know are family. You may love them. Sometimes they drive you crazy. They may put a lot of stress, it feels like, on you, but really, you're putting the stress on you. You are. So that you'll line up with what they want. Expectations. So, oh, big hugs, Tracy. I've known Tracy for over a decade. Worked together a lot. There's a lot of people here that I've worked together with for a long time. And a great deal of you I know in person. And this is so important. I know some of you with this holiday stuff. Step back and remember. Serve yourself. Be kind. Be kind. And you don't end up being hurt, and you can't fall away from something if you don't have an expectation on it. Allow yourself to roll. Do what's fun and feels right, and give yourself a break during this holiday season. Everything inside, so many of us, wants to rest. We want to hibernate. We want to eat well. We want to rest. Self-care. And we're distracted from that with all of this crazy rush for the holidays. So, I'm here. Take care of you. Do not put too much on yourselves. I'm glad you're resting, Mary Lee. I know you need it. I got a hit on Lady Bling today, too, by the way. So, anyway, get around to that in a PM. But anyway, roll forward with this with an easy feeling. And I have a few people out there that I've been in contact with that have been through really heavy-duty tragedies in the last few weeks. And I just want to say here live that I am thinking of you. And I am putting energy out for healing. I know you need rest, Miss Queenie. But I'm so grateful for you. So grateful for you. And you all will notice that this Ancient Powers group is going to take a big turn coming up. Because I am going to find a much better way to be in service for who and what I am and what my abilities are. Because I came here, like I said, with that mission. It's not a secret. And the divine in you. The divine in you. Your divine alignment. In its natural and native timing. In its own manifestation. A friend of mine who may be out there watching right now sent me a gift today. She sent it out to everybody. She goes, I'll renew our friendship contract if you will do your part. Reciprocity. I'm like, I'm in. Friend for decades. You're good friends. You're real family. That's the best you can do. It's the best you can do. Is that little reciprocity piece. Let people know they're thought of, they're loved. Heart, mind, and Neferka. We will hopefully be seeing each other again later this week.